No matter how young you are, the Orlando Magic is a team with youth and vitality. The biggest Magic age is 29-year-old Tyrus Jones, and the team is expected to have 5 Tigers in the beginning. Wendell Carter, 26 years old, Suggs, 24 years old, Bayon, 27 years old, Double Core Small Wagner, 24 years old, and Banchero are only 23 years old in November. The most terrifying thing is their body shape. The team is basically a rocker with a height of 234 between 196 centimeters and 208 centimeters. These people are basically in their prime and have not yet entered their peak period. So what kind of team will the Magic of the new season become? Will they be able to go further in the first round of the postseason for 2 consecutive years? Do they still need to adjust their current lineup? Follow this video to find out. The team thinking of the Magic of the past 2 years is very clear. It is a combination of Banchero and Wagner, 2 large body wind lines, as a double attack, in the formation of a very strong defensive and aggressive defensive squad. Magic is also a defensive team, and his defense is the real infinite defense. We can see the magic of the main cycle of players. Almost the defensibility is also online. I'm more worried about Wagner, who is weaker in mobility. For Banchero, some fans think he is a typical strong and weak player. In fact, it is not the case. Banchero's overall defense is also more than the passing line, and the original unskilled mobility plus the body shape. Even if his defense is not so solid, it can also guarantee that it will not be so easy to be singled after changing defense. For Wagner's defense, it is easy to be underestimated. In a word, he is a very high-level player. He will break the rules, very know how to use the foul. He also likes to get on his body with the right person. Through the height of 2.08 meters. It covers his defenders, and this height also makes him occasionally defend the 5th position. It's not so bad. There is also Suggs, the successor of Caruso, and on the table, it is Isaac, the most effective defender among the wind line. My final ground defense is very outstanding, mainly due to their strong wind line group of outstanding athletic ability. They can both quickly break the opponent's pass through their athletic ability, can also quickly block the opponent. The defense efficiency of the regular stage Magic of the previous season is not as good as that of the league. The second is similar to the Thunder that has come to the historical level. We want to know the Magic. Magic has also experienced the turnover injury of the main player, and the defense system of the team and the tacit understanding have not been completely established. They sometimes have communication problems. The defensive basic skills of the regular player have not yet been completed. To have such a defensive influence, it can be seen that their athletic ability is so terrible. It can also be understood in this way. If the Dragon is hoping to gather the windline group to achieve extremely aggressive semifinal defense, increase the ability to counterattack, then the Magic windline group defense is their most ideal version. So is the Magic of defense so powerful that it is invincible? That's not true. The defense of the Magic is strong and has a good ability to make mistakes. They are a very slow team at the offensive end, and they are still a team with extremely poor shooting ability. This is very counterintuitive. In theory, if you have a strong defensive ability, you will have more chances to counterattack by changing the rhythm to pull the opponent. The quick attack score of the Magic regular stage is only ranked 25 in the league. The quick attack score is 55.8%. It's only 21 in the league. Their number of rounds is also the least in the league, plus the lowest 3-point score in the league. The least 3-point score is 27 in the league. The Magic is naturally a team that is extremely agile when it comes to offense, although the team has a lot of defenders, but they are all players who have a lot of space for offense. You can't ask Carter to be a space midfielder. The offensive end of him can be regarded as a win-line version of the pattern, and he's just a burden on the offensive end. I think he's not as bad as he was in the last season. He has some scenes alone. He also takes on too many offensive tasks when the Magic is not a complete system. I think he now has the ability to respond to 3 points. The more troublesome is the small Wagner. His 3-point shot performance is the worst in the same level of risk, and he is also the real organizer of Magic. He can break through the ability to compress the opponent's defense, guiding the team's offense. He also has a good command and landing ability. He will also be very clear about the ball transferred to Banchero's hand. He will also be very clear about the ball transferred to Banchero's hand. Let Banchero play his single hit advantage. Basically, except for the headshot problem, Wagner has almost perfectly completed his job, but Magic needs to solve the problem of attack and defense. The speed of the shot and the headshot are two main features. Wagner is an excellent counterattack, and the headshot problem is a step closer to the serious control Magic. Compared to his small Wagner, it is a more creative single attacker. He is like a stabbing player in the fourth position. His headshot range is wide and his control is excellent. And as a player with a Seattle style, Banchero has a very strong scoring power. In his 208 centimeters, in addition to 113 kilograms of body shape, he can be like a clever back face action. It can also be like a body number alarm. The wind line player, a straight and flat breakthrough. There are also various small skills under the basket, although now look at his overall efficiency. Not high. Consider the attack environment of Magic and the attack pressure he needs to bear with small Wagner. He can fight the amount of production. This is the priority of efficiency. And they are not the kind of team that goes around the court. The core player needs a lot of time to come on the court. Although small Wagner, not enough to make people at ease. Headshot ability, but a very good organization forward. Can take on a lot of attack. The task of commanding the task. Banchero is naturally a single hitter who can carry the production when the team's attack environment changes. We also have a reason to believe his personal efficiency will be improved. And beyond is the space that makes the Magic environment better. Moreover, Bian also has a certain amount of independent offensive ability and qualified pass control performance. He is the kind that can be in the strong team as a third party. When the team has a super main hand, he can reduce the data and the efficiency is increased. Extremely practical. Bian is the kind that can be in the strong team as a third party and Bian's a rival. Another advantage is that the pressure on the offensive end of Suggs is also reduced. In terms of fame, he is the post ball. In fact, he may be the role of the overball. He can have more empty opportunities. Suggs with no ball end has his own set. In the last season, I think it's an injury problem for the team and didn't show a more efficient side. Of course, Suggs is too hardworking. There is also a certain this fighting style. There is a risk of injury. In our most conservative situation, the Magic of the inside player, there is no improvement on the offensive end. Small Wagner's shooting problem, not solved. Under the current lineup, Magic adds a backup. The individual characteristics of others can also be better shown. At the offensive end, he will at least come to the alliance's mid-low. As for whether to achieve the problems of Suggs and Suggs, each needs to be solved. The Magic of the new season is better for me. Teams with defensive basics can also keep the bottom line. In the last season, they are the team with the worst defense efficiency. In the team with the worst defense efficiency, most of the reasons are injury problems. Suggs and Suggs have reached All-Star and best performance, the level of the team's 3 games. But the initial situation of the two people also failed to reach the lowest selection standard. This is also the main reason why the Magic record is not ideal for the new season. I think Magic is a team that can win more than 50 wins, considering that they are in the East. Magic will also enter the upper half of the level. Suggs showed a new style in the European Championship. This kind of high-profile player with a medium body shape and excellent control ability. Breakthrough points. If not on the court, lose 6.2 points. He and Banchero are the kind of continuous development. A combination of 1 + 1 is greater than 2. 2 players on the single defense. Not to lose. It is also the type of body that is willing to play on defense. Banchero is more outstanding in single play. Is the most powerful player in the theory of Magic. and the player with the highest score. And Suggs is not a player with a priority of scoring. He is the type of team conversation. It's not a big ball game. Has a very high ball holding rate. He will adjust the content of the game due to the situation of the field. What is more attractive is that the two fans are very young. There is also a very high room for improvement. The Magic also happens to be in the non-walkers. Lack of Harry. The Celtics do not have Tatum. In the second half of the season, they completed the upgrade. Next, they completed the team attack to the level of tacit understanding. The team has entered the top 3 in the East. Of course, the health problem is the first concern of the coaching team. The important players of the team are not the type of people who are resistant to killing. Young and energetic. The lineup looks reasonable for the time being. This Magic will bring a youth storm to the fans in the new season. Brothers, this is this video. The video is not easy to create. I hope you can pay attention and like it.